Hey, good evening, guys. Good evening. If you notice, I was getting ready to rub my uh, knees, but I didn't. I did good. I did good. And I'm kind of excited about that. Well, this is the best time of the evening. We're going to get out our journals. I did that twice. I've said it twice. So we're going to put a, we're going to put a bottle, some type of bottle. We're going to fill it up. We're going to donate it to a charity. Maybe I can let you pick a charity to have me donate these ums and ahs to that will get me better acclimated to not using to using that word. But I do appreciate you coming in. So if you want to get out your journal, you can definitely get out your journal. Go over it. We can go over it together. I'm going to allow you to go through mine with me. Again, this is the Lucky Life Journal. We're chronicling and creating. The word create is a word I'm utilizing, but it gives the vision of that you're actually doing something in action, where this thing that we're doing, this particular journal that we're doing, it is more passive. This is to allow. This is more allowing rather than quote unquote creating. If we're creating, what I've noticed is when you create, you use a lot of energy. Eventually that energy dies down and you revert back to quote unquote who you truly are when your guards are not up. 95% of 95% of the day we're on a automatic we're on an automatic bodily non-thinking habitual habits. That's what we're on. So I'm going over the journal. I've put down all of my activities from the day. If you can chrono along with yours, you can put down all of your great activities, whether you're building yourself spiritually, whether you're trying to break a habit, whatever area that you want to build yourself in, whether it be weight loss, you can utilize this tool, this Lucky Life Journal, to overcome that. We're going to do it together. So we do this every night. And the reason we do it at night is because we're inserting, this comes from this comes from Dr. I was listening to Silver today, so it's not Silver. But this comes from his program where you're reprogramming your mind at night. And the reason we're doing it at night because it allows our subconscious to accept it. And then when we sleep, we seal it. So we are suggesting, allowing it to seep in, and then we're sealing it. Where our life, how we want our life to be. The percentage that I heard this stat. The stat was 50% of what we thought when we're talking about an event that happened. 50% of that story that we've told is false. It's not even true. So 50% of what we thought was true is not even true, especially when we try to repeat it and tell the details. And at least 50% of what we perceive will happen, won't happen. What are we afraid of? I was looking, actually I was driving today and I wanted to share this story with you today. I was driving, and as I'm listening and I'm meditating, I'm driving past, it was an apartment building. It was an apartment building. I don't know why this stood out at me, but I was driving past the apartment building, and the statement that was made was, our personality is made up of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. I'm gonna say that again. Our personality is made up of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. So we think a thought, we feel a feeling, and then we typically will act on how we feel. That's 95% of our program. So as I'm driving, I'm literally thinking about different people in my lives and how they see themselves. What are some of the terminology? What are some of the adjectives that they use to describe themselves? And a lot of it is negative. My question, as I continue to ask, I always go deeper and deeper and deeper. One is, what if they ask themselves, what if this is not true? So whenever, I'm going to suggest to you, whenever you get into a situation and you don't want to be in this situation, as far as your emotions that are messing with you, just ask yourself, well, what if it isn't? What if this is not true? Then what? Then your mind starts working. Okay, well, this could be another scenario, and it gives you a whole lot of different scenarios rather than that one specific scenario that gave you anxiety. It just shifts your mind from that anxiety, so you can utilize that tip. But the second thing I was looking at was, as I'm driving, here's a question, and ask yourself this: could you say, as the apartment building, I am that apartment building? Sounds crazy. Just say it. Just say it out loud. I am that apartment building. It makes no sense at all. But we do it every day with the story that we tell. We tell ourselves that we are that story. And I'm here to tell you, you are not that story. You've put that story in your mind. That's just saying, like I said, that's just like saying, I'm McDonald's. You are not McDonald's. You may eat McDonald's, and that's why you gain weight, but you are not McDonald's. I'm just heavy set. I'm just big. I'm just fat. No, those are actions that you've taken because you have thought a thought, you felt a feeling, and you took an action. But just because you eat a lot doesn't make you McDonald's. Just because you think and you replay that story in your mind, that doesn't make you that story. I want you to get that. Just because you go into a building doesn't make you a building. Just because you have been through that story that you're replaying in your mind doesn't make you that story. I hope that helps you out. So how can you do that? The same way you would think, I am not that building, I am not that story. I am not that story I'm telling myself. When I was 5 years old and I felt insecure, I am not that story. You are the story that you decide to tell yourself. And so that's what we're doing now. We're going over to the affirmations portion of this. We're putting in the suggestions of what we will allow to come into our lives, and what we allow to come into our lives, because we are very narrowly focused. What we allow to come into our lives is what we see. What we seek out is what we see. What we believe we are is what we typically will see. So we continuously have this record of the past that creates our future. So, but now, instead of having a record of the past create our future, we're creating our future now. Because you're not who you were. It's a matter of fact, as you are right now, you're not who you thought you were 5 years ago today. So you probably won't be who you think you're going to be in 5 years, but you are who you are now. And you can create, starting today, who you would like to be, and take that process. Follow along? So we've done our journal, added up all of our that's like 4 times. Added up our vibrational bank assets, added it up to yesterday's balance, and that gives us your today's balance. So now we're going over to our affirmations. Again, the reason we do it this particular way is it wires and it fires different components in our brain and our mind to have this seep in. We're saying it out loud. We're actually visualizing it. We're hearing it, and we're writing it. So we're firing it, and we're giving it every chance we get to better our situation, to have the situation that we are creating. Since we were what we thought we were in the past, 50% of that is not even true. What we believe in the future, 50% of that would never even come true, but we've lived through it. That's almost 100%. I don't know how those numbers work out, but those are the numbers. Those are the numbers. So we're going to fire. First thing, I love you. We're saying this to yourself. You are saying it to yourself. I love you. You're saying it. You're looking at it. You're writing it. So you hear it just as you are. And as you're writing it, feel it. Feel it. You are the perfect person that you should be right now where you are today. You don't have to be any better, but it's a process. You're definitely not any worse because remember, what we thought, we're not that story, we're not that building. I am not that building. You are what you think, what you feel, and how you act. You are what you think, how you feel, and what actions you take based on that. So you are not that story. That story of I was jealous. That story I used to have anger issues. Those stories I used to have guilt. I used to have. You are not that story. That was a building that you went into, but you come out. And now we're creating, we're allowing this life to come to us. I apologize. I was thinking about for any negativity. Negativity I have brought upon you. The reason most people are afraid to take action and afraid of a quote unquote what is a change or shift is because of that story that we've told ourselves so long and that habit that we've gotten ourselves into. People associate us with that story. And if we change that story, then who are we? Who will they think I am? Will they think I'm better than them? Will they think less of me? And so since I feel, I know, I may not even say comfortable, I know the feelings that I am going to have having this thought process, I don't want to change. But in order to have the life that you so desire, there has to be a shift. And so this is where the shift happens. Are people going to think differently of you? Probably. Not even going to front on you. They probably will. But those are the people, one of the last things you put, those are the energy people with those type of energies that you don't even want around you and surrounded around you anyway. So why give credence to a story that someone else wants you to have of you, and you know you have a different story to tell? Please forgive me. I humble myself. Again, this is difficult for men because we are. We have egos. I don't want anything. Take the ego away. I humble myself to accept all of the great affirmations that are coming towards me. Thank you. It is done. Ooh, I'm gonna simmer that one right for us for a second. I'm gonna simmer that thank you. Because I can go a whole different way. And I'm really, really, really feeling it right now. Thank you. Whew, thank you. I don't want to tear up, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am, okay, so we're writing down your I am statements. I am love. So you write I am love. Then we repeat it. God is love. I am joy. God is joy. I am peace. God is peace. I am freedom. God is freedom. feel it. If you're feeling the freedom, I'm just literally looking outward, and I'm just seeing the infinity. I'm literally seeing infinity. When I close my eyes and I look outwardly, I see infinity. I am freedom. Nothing cages you in. Nothing holds you back. Nothing puts you in a box. Not even those symbols, those stigmas that people put upon you. That you are not. You are free. The reason you work so hard to pay your bills, so you can be free, so you can have time freedom. Freedom. I am healthy. God is healthy. I am fulfilled. God is fulfilled. I am well. God is well. I am consistent. God is consistent. I follow through with my words and actions. I only attract high vibrations. Okay. So you can utilize whatever part that you would like to have better in your life. You come up with your I am statements and your vision statements. I'm just sharing with you just to give you a sample or an idea of how you can utilize this for yourself. Okay, the vision. My wife and I walk the warm, beaches happily, holding hands. Another. I have to figure out how to word it, but I'm going to write it down anyway. I'm just going to let my hands do the. We sit and taste the great foods of Italy. So we're going to make it to Italy, and we're going to just go from taste each of the little places that they have. We're going to probably have the little cafes and try each of the cafes. My children enjoy college and are honor roll students. Again, you write your vision for your life of what it is that you will have come into your life. I'm getting away from creating because that connotates action, and I'm beginning to utilize attract. So that has the ability of just attracting, because everything's around us. We're just attracting high vibrations of our vision that will come into fruition. Students, my doctors are amazed at my great health. Cujo, what's up, big fella? Yeah, I'll if you're doing your journal, I'll go over the journal with you too, big brother. We can do this together, man. Definitely. Cause I love to bring my peoples with me. I love it when you hear it. It's even better when all of us there. I have over 1 million loyal YouTube subscribers. All right, and that's it, guys. And that is it. We're getting better. On a nightly basis, if you do this on a nightly basis continuously, your mind will accept those suggestions and will begin to gravitate towards your vision and your affirmations. The vibrational bank that you're building up, the reason we're using the dollar signs is because just in our culture, dollar signs uh, look it has a connotation of more value. So that's the reason we're using it, not because we're looking at wanting to be quote unquote rich, because money only has a value just to make us happy. The reason we want the money is so we can have everything that are in our affirmation: joy, peace, freedom. So the money allows us to have these things that we have in our affirmation. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. For me to grow my YouTube channel, please, for our podcast, I'm like $2 in today. I'm been horrible, about $2 in today. But you can go over to our YouTube channel. It's BS the number 4 entrepreneurs.com. That's BS the number 4 entrepreneurs.com. Please subscribe. Please feel free to subscribe. We want to go. We'd like to have you as a subscriber to come along this journey with us, where we interview on our podcast. We interview some of the best entrepreneurs that we can get our hands on to help you if you're looking to be in an entrepreneurship, part-time or full-time. Most of us are going to be part-time entrepreneurs until we get to that level where you are creating a full-time income. Then you can move to another level. But we need to go along. So if you'd like to go along with us, please feel free to go over there. Subscribe. Takes about 10 seconds. Easy. Easy peasy, baby. But this is your partner, Frankie P. Remember, you change your perspective, you change your life. You change your perspective, you change your life. You change your perspective. We will be at this again, building up our vibrational bank. And guess what's going to happen, guys? You're going to change your life. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Man, thank you, guys.